Alright, welcome back to the AoE2 Admirals League. We got game 2 of the best of 5 semi-finals here between TaToH, who's spawning in as the Sicilians in the blue trunks, and Dogao, spawning in the red trunks on the Chinese. So we're here on Arabia Tournament Edition. Basically, we have a little bit of fishing to do. So our Sicilians player going to have access to extra starting stone, faster town centre construction, and it's not going to have to worry so much about being countered as other civs would, with 33% less bonus damage on anything except siege, with stronger farms as well, and donjon instead of watchtowers. So a few hefty bonuses there, really. Or Dogao. Chinese, extra starting villages at the cost of some resources. Cheaper techs overall. Extra initial town centre population. Access to stronger farms as well. And also those really nice Chuko New. A bit like the Zhugnu in AoE4, they're just a really nice multi-attack archer. So it'll be interesting to see how the old school Chinese stack up against the newer Sicilians. Although Sicilians aren't that new by AoE2 standards, really. And a lot of civs added since. They're either one of the earliest of the AoE2 DE civs, or even possibly a HD civ. I'd have to look at that up sometime, but definitely a much newer civilization than the Chinese, which have been in the game since the original Age of Kings version, I believe. That's how old they are. Go on, just attack his villager, man. Don't be a pussy. You know, it's funny, in AoE4, it's just constant harass the villagers once you've got your scouting done, but in AoE2, it's just be a bit more passive. I suppose at this level they can quick wall, and they can multi-rally villages and take nice fights against the scouts too, so you gotta be very careful. Checking something in the background quickly. Oh, so we've got a lot of villages being pulled forward here. TaToH going to be hitting feudal very soon, and I believe he'll be able to place down donjons and even construct units from them.
Pronta, sogno.
Ordini.
So villages are being split up here. Donjon and some quick walling going down now. But it looks like it's not going to be successful. Everything's cancelled off there by TaToH. Dogao seems to have defended quite well here. Bearing in mind, he does also have a villager lead still because of the initial extra villagers for the Chinese player. So being caught in this situation where you've got to rally slightly more villagers to just make sure your opponent's not going to get anything, not such a huge deal. Like having an extra one villager there over his opponent, he's still actually up, was still actually up by 2 villagers, so he's technically, you know, still up by 1 in terms of active eco. Sort of helps really be a bit of a payoff for Chinese once they pay off the initial extra, what is it, 100 resources that they start out lesser than the average civ. Because I think it's 250 resources overall for 3 villages. So at 50 food a pop. Looks like the quick wall on the bear, not quite successful there for TaToH, so a little rough for him. And now the guy's even just going to make sure he's not able to get a defensive donjon in this position. Just bearing in mind, he doesn't actually have any military production yet. He's really banking on getting one of these guys down. Well, Dogao having gone for a barracks, and even added a range at this point. A couple of villages being picked off there by TaToH, so this is looking nice for him. Not quite able to get another one there. But he can actually use this as a barracks as well as a tower, so very handy for him. So wages, that's why he's held off on producing any regular military buildings thus far. He can use this as both the tower and the barracks, and he's got access to the sergeant units. So these guys, they can actually place donjons as well. So Dogao even looking to fight with villagers there. He's actually just throwing down buildings in the middle of the map. Just to try and get... throwing down houses in the middle of the map. Trying to give himself a bit of vision, I guess, as well as, you know, obviously he's got to not get pop capped, but... So one uncancelled section of Palisade and some more uncancelled segments over there. I suppose that bear is actually trapped now. It did manage to gnaw on a villager. So a watchtower here for Dogao. We're going to put a bit of pressure of his own on. He still has that slight vill lead overall. Slightly up by the military population as well. The scout over Dogao's not able to really prevent the wall from going up there. TaToH. Some units snuck around. He's actually able to prevent reinforcements with these archers. Now that that scout's quite low. Fortunately for TaToH, losing one of his infantry there. Forward tower here for Dogao. Getting nice map control. Deny the stone gathering is probably the main point of this. The wood, not so much, but I guess it means at least that's denied as well, and he can keep tabs on the gold mine. Actually, yeah, just have a look. No, you can't quite see the gold mine, sorry. Overestimated how good the line of sight there was. So I think the towers in AoE4 and AoE reveal quite a little bit more than their actual range. And that'd be what I'm used to. A quick wall here by TaToH. He's also just having a quick scout out. May even be able to deal a little bit of damage to these villagers if the guy's not paying attention. Just going to keep scouting. Just really see what other military buildings his opponent's got here for the time being. And just seeing a blue indicator at the back of your base is a red player. Obviously, a little unsettling. This force running straight past the, or straight underneath the donjon. So Dogao's got to try and take it down. He doesn't have a huge amount to do so though. But these things aren't much tankier than a regular tower. Main benefit is really that they can just produce military as well as being a tower, and I think they've got a slightly bigger garrison capacity. Yeah, actually they've got double the garrison capacity. So if you can fill that up, then they are like a super tower, but until then, they're just a slightly tankier tower. Yeah, no longer up in villages here. Other players actually managed to kill a lot. They've denied each other the opportunity to throw up the best of forward towers or forward donjons. The players have both got their fletching upgrade here. Cavalry getting a little bit of damage done, but they don't want to engage on the spearmen because it's just not very cost to health efficient at all, that trade. Bearing in mind the spears, they fare pretty well in the face of the range damage, considering they do have reduced bonus damage against them. And likewise the slingers, I mean the skirmishers, sorry. The slingers in upper titles. The skirmishers, you know, can be a little bit more resistant to the cavalry at Dogao's here than a regular skirmisher. So TaToH once again pressing forward. Not really worrying about gathering any stone by the seams of it. Or by the looks of it. Sorry.
Ordini.
TaToH population capped at the moment, but he's going to castle, so it's not going to prevent any villager production. Yeah, also taking Castle Age in the meantime. TaToH's is actually slightly slower than Dogao's this time round. I think Dogao's in a much nicer spot than he was in game one at this stage. Let's see if he can see it through the end here with some nice splitting of the archers there, really reducing the amount of damage they're taking from the skirmishers. But he is ultimately just banking on the fact that he might be able to squeeze in a knight or two and mop up this army. But meanwhile, he is actually raiding the gold mine of TaToH there. So he's going to get a villager and force some quick walling. Those two builds are alright for the time being, but another one's going to get picked off. Still disengaging with those archers in the meanwhile. So the spear just flanking the fight, although that scout cav be faster. Ooh, and another villager gonna get picked off here, so TaToH being caught out there. Probably wanted to box him in. Leave him boxed in for the moment. Donjon going to be able to ward away those scouts, and so will that knight. But now Dogao, knight's of his own, so this skirmisher ball not going to be able to get a huge amount done. With two knights popping out there at the same time now. Looks as though Dogao is eventually going to have to back off, although he just might want to clean up as much of this skirmisher ball as he can. Now the archer's going to be free to support the army and try and pick off a villager or two while there's a knight engagement here. So Dogao putting a lot of pressure on TaToH, who's now down by 5 villagers. Military counts also favouring Dogao at the moment, who's still spamming his knights and sending him in. More villagers under threat here, but knight, not a lot of health left on him. Town centre going down at the wood line there, so second TC for TaToH, and it looks like Dogao is going to take his as well. Knight getting picked off, but over on the other side of his base. The villagers having a garrison. Yeah, that military lead not huge, but any military lead at the moment is great. Already got 9 knights, just 7 here for TaToH. Well, he's up to 9 as well now. TaToH's actually got the 2 stables while Dogao up to 2? Yeah, he's up to 2. Bearing in mind, he has sacrificed a knight or 2, trying to take out that skirmisher ball and pick off some villagers. So, currently up by 7 vills. This is a nice spot for him to be in economically. Though he's going to have to be a bit careful. Make sure he's able to either run down this army or keep exerting pressure to TaToH's base. But TaToH doing a good job of walling up, and Dogao having to wall up as well. Considering TaToH has such a good number of knights, cleaning up one of the monks, he's going to be able to clean up a second. So this will be very good. Ooh, he's not quite able to catch that monk. Let's drop the relic for now. Knights attempting to take out this tower. Try and disengage out of range of the tower or wait till they've got some buddies. So good multitask by both our players. With Dogao disengaging at his base. I mean at TaToH's base, and TaToH disengaging at Dogao's base. So they're wanting to mass everything up as best they can and not drop too many units. One of the knights. TaToH's being picked off there. Try and squeeze in some more monks and possibly some blacksmith upgrades. Dogao. A little bit extra armor on his knights at the moment. TaToH gonna lose one of those scouts, but it's not the biggest of blows to him. Eager to make sure that Dogao doesn't get too much damage off with this run by. A lot of knights heading in, and the villagers should be able to quick wall in time to keep them trapped, so this is nice for TaToH here. Might even be able to convert a knight or 2, so that'd be really nice for him. Dogao trying to break in on the other side of the base. Still got plenty of reinforcements. Military sizes pretty even here at the moment. Does look like Dogao's little knight brigade there is going to get cleaned up. He has got that slight eco lead, but I don't know if he can afford to lose too many of these knights. They're pretty expensive, gold dependent, and there's not as much gold on this map as there was on the last. So players will have to take that into account here with their strategies. Very big knight ball there. We've only got 9 knights, so only about half the amount. So TaToH, even though he's down in the eco size, just have the bigger knight comp over there. TaToH's also having to try and defend once again over on that side. This house still hasn't been picked off just yet, but there's more than enough knights to get the job done now. It's going to take a little bit of splash fire. Ooh, that really low knight. Have to be healed by TaToH. Our players with the monk knight compositions. Looks like that watchtower is going to get finished off now. Players both up to 3 town center. A knight dying. Doesn't get atheism for free, does he? No. So I'm just trying to tell if oh, got the wrong player selected that here. Why? You take an atheism? No. I don't actually get the tech. Sorry about that. Anyway, got a forward castle here from Dogao, so I think it's all going to come down to this. With a slight military lead here for Dogao, and he does have the pressure of this castle going up now. Looking very rough for TaToH here. Now with that castle finishing up. Dogao, big military lead, TaToH tapping out for game number 2.